Yes, social media is a environment that I think has a lot of.
In the world of modern royalty, few stories have captured the public's imagination quite like that of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Their whirlwind romance, which began in the summer of 2016, wasn't just a fairy tale unfolding before our eyes. It was a complex narrative of two individuals navigating love under extraordinary circumstances. Meghan, an accomplished actress known for her role in Suits, and Harry, the fun-loving prince who had spent years in the public eye, found themselves drawn to each other in ways neither could have anticipated. As their relationship blossomed, they weren't simply dating, they were embarking on a journey that would test their resilience, challenge societal norms, and ultimately reshape the British monarchy's public image. The early days of their courtship unfolded with all the excitement and nervousness of any new relationship, but with one significant difference: their every move was scrutinized by an insatiable global media machine. They met through mutual friends in London, bonding over their shared passion for humanitarian work and social justice. What started as casual meetings quickly evolved into something deeper, more meaningful than either had experienced before. However, this deepening connection came with its own set of challenges, particularly as they tried to maintain some semblance of normalcy, while being constantly followed by paparazzi and dissected by tabloids. Their attempts to keep their relationship private became increasingly difficult, as rumors swirled and photographers camped outside their respective homes. The couple faced not just the typical pressures of a new romance, but also the weight of centuries-old traditions and expectations. As an American divorcee from a mixed-race background, Meghan represented a departure from the traditional mold of royal partners, sparking both admiration and controversy. Meanwhile, Harry, who had already weathered his share of public scrutiny since childhood, found himself navigating uncharted territory as he fell in love with someone so fundamentally different from previous royal consorts. Despite these challenges, or perhaps because of them, their connection grew stronger. They began referring to their experience as being in the trenches, a military metaphor that aptly captured the intensity of their situation. This phrase wasn't just about the physical obstacles they faced, but spoke to the emotional battlefield they navigated daily. Every decision, from where to meet for dinner to how to handle pressing inquiries, required careful consideration and strategic planning. The pressure mounted as they realized their relationship wasn't just about them anymore. It had become a symbol of modernization within the monarchy, a potential bridge between tradition and progress. As months passed, their bond deepened through shared experiences that ranged from intimate moments in secluded locations to navigating complex family dynamics. They learned to communicate in code, developed escape routes from prying eyes, and built a support system of trusted friends who helped maintain their privacy. Yet through it all, they remained committed to pursuing their relationship authentically, refusing to let external pressures dictate the course of their love story. This determination to stay true to themselves while confronting unprecedented challenges would prove to be both their greatest strength and their most formidable obstacle as they moved forward together. The term "in the trenches" took on profound significance as Meghan and Harry's relationship progressed, becoming far more than a mere figure of speech. Their dating life transformed into a carefully orchestrated operation reminiscent of high-stakes espionage, where every movement required precise planning and execution. Simple acts that most couples take for granted, like enjoying a meal together or taking a walk, became elaborate missions requiring decoy vehicles, multiple exit strategies, and secure locations vetted days in advance. They developed a network of trusted allies across London, creating what amounted to an underground system of safe houses and meeting points where they could steal moments of normalcy away from prying eyes. The psychological toll of maintaining such secrecy proved immense. Meghan, accustomed to a certain level of privacy despite her acting career, found herself suddenly thrust into the harsh glare of international media scrutiny. Every aspect of her past, from her previous marriage to her half-sister's public statements, was dissected and distorted by tabloids hungry for sensational headlines. Harry, who had grown up under the microscope following his mother Princess Diana's tragic death, watched helplessly as history threatened to repeat itself with his new partner. The couple endured sleepless nights worrying about leaked photos, false narratives, and the safety risks posed by aggressive paparazzi willing to go to extreme lengths for an exclusive shot. Their communication methods evolved into something resembling wartime cryptography. Text messages were coded, phone calls scheduled at odd hours to avoid detection, and even their closest friends became unwitting participants in a complex web of misdirection. They learned to recognize surveillance patterns, timing their movements to outmaneuver persistent photographers. On several occasions, they had to abandon plans at the last minute when spotting suspicious vehicles or individuals near their intended meeting spots. The stress manifested physically. Both reported losing weight during this period, their appetites suppressed by constant anxiety about being discovered. Perhaps most challenging was the emotional isolation that accompanied their clandestine relationship. While other couples could seek advice from friends or family about relationship challenges, Meghan and Harry found themselves unable to share their struggles openly. The fear of leaks and misinformation kept them from confiding even in their closest confidants about the full extent of their difficulties. This isolation created a paradoxical situation where their bond strengthened through shared adversity, yet they simultaneously felt increasingly cut off from their support networks. The pressure mounted as they realized their relationship wasn't just about personal happiness. It had become a matter of national interest, with millions of people worldwide invested in their every move. Through it all, they developed remarkable resilience and resourcefulness. They mastered the art of blending into crowds, timing their appearances to coincide with less conspicuous moments, and using public events as cover for private encounters. Their staff became adept at creating plausible distractions and diversions, while trusted security personnel coordinated intricate maneuvers to ensure their safety. Yet beneath this sophisticated operation lay two people simply trying to nurture a genuine connection, their hearts yearning for the basic human right to love without constant surveillance. The mounting challenges of their secret relationship eventually reached a breaking point that neither could ignore. In November 2016, just months after their romance began, the Kensington Palace issued an unprecedented statement condemning the wave of abuse and harassment directed at Meghan. The carefully crafted message revealed the depth of their struggle, detailing incidents of sexist and racist attacks against Meghan, including threats to her safety and invasive attempts to breach her privacy. This public acknowledgement marked a pivotal moment, not just in their relationship, but in how the British monarchy addressed issues of media intrusion and discrimination. The revelation of their relationship brought immediate consequences that rippled through both their personal lives and the institution of the monarchy. Tabloid coverage intensified dramatically, with photographers camping outside Meghan's Toronto home and staking out her filming locations for suits. The couple's attempts to maintain any semblance of normalcy crumbled as their every movement became front-page news. Security concerns escalated to alarming levels, forcing them to implement even more stringent protective measures. Harry, drawing from his military training, took an active role in coordinating their safety protocols, often personally surveying locations and planning escape routes. The pressure extended beyond their immediate circle, affecting their professional commitments and personal relationships. Meghan found her acting career increasingly difficult to maintain, with production schedules clashing with royal obligations and media attention disrupting filming. Her colleagues on Suits reported feeling the strain of increased security measures on set, while Harry wrestled with balancing his official duties with the demands of maintaining their relationship. Friends and family members on both sides faced relentless media harassment, leading to strained relationships and forced separations as they became unwilling participants in the couple's battle for privacy. Perhaps most significantly, the revelation forced the royal family to confront modern issues of race, gender, and media ethics head-on. The racist undertones in much of the press coverage, coupled with the sexist framing of Meghan's character, challenged centuries-old traditions and forced uncomfortable conversations within the palace walls. Senior royals found themselves grappling with how to protect the institution while addressing legitimate concerns about equality and fair treatment. This tension created internal divisions, with some family members advocating for stricter control over media access, while others pushed for greater transparency and modernization of royal protocols. The financial implications also became apparent, as security costs skyrocketed and diplomatic considerations complicated international travel arrangements. The couple's ability to represent the monarchy abroad became increasingly constrained by safety concerns, requiring elaborate planning for even routine engagements. Their presence at public events drew unprecedented crowds and media attention, creating logistical nightmares for organizers, while simultaneously generating intense public interest in their developing relationship. As the pressure mounted, Meghan and Harry found themselves facing impossible choices: continue fighting to maintain their privacy while enduring relentless attacks, or step back from public life altogether. Each option carried significant consequences, not just for their future together, but for the future of the monarchy itself. The situation demanded a solution that balanced personal well-being with institutional duty, a challenge that would ultimately shape the trajectory of their relationship and redefine what it meant to be royal in the 21st century. The concept of being in the trenches took on new dimensions as Meghan and Harry's relationship evolved from a clandestine romance to a globally recognized partnership. Their experiences during those early months of dating fundamentally reshaped their approach to royal life, instilling in them a resilience and perspective that would influence their subsequent decisions. The constant state of vigilance and the necessity of subterfuge forged an unbreakable bond between them, one that transcended mere romantic attachment and evolved into a shared mission of survival and authenticity. This period of intense scrutiny taught them valuable lessons about the nature of fame, the price of privacy, and the importance of staying true to oneself in the face of overwhelming pressure. Their time in the trenches illuminated the systemic issues within the monarchy's relationship with the media, revealing cracks in the traditional approach to royal publicity that had been papered over for generations. The couple emerged from this period with a clear understanding that the existing framework was unsustainable, particularly in an era of instant communication and social media. They recognized that the old rules of engagement no longer applied, and that maintaining their mental health and personal integrity would require radical changes to how they interacted with both the press and the public. This realization planted the seeds for their later decisions regarding media relations and their eventual departure from senior royal duties. Moreover, their shared experiences during this challenging period profoundly influenced their commitment to mental health advocacy and media reform. Having personally endured the devastating effects of relentless media pressure and online harassment, they became determined to use their platform to effect change. The trenches taught them the importance of speaking out against injustice, whether it manifested as racial discrimination, gender bias, or institutional rigidity. These lessons would later inform their charitable work and public statements, as they sought to create a more compassionate and equitable society. The couple's resilience during this time also demonstrated the power of unity in the face of adversity. Their ability to navigate such intense pressure together strengthened their resolve to build a life that prioritized authenticity and purpose over tradition and protocol. This mindset would guide their subsequent choices, from their wedding preparations to their approach to parenthood, always keeping in mind the hard-won wisdom gained from their early struggles. The trenches became more than a metaphor; they became a foundation upon which they built their future, informing every major decision they made as a couple. Looking back, their time in the trenches served as both a crucible and a catalyst. It tested their commitment to each other and to their values, while simultaneously providing them with the clarity and conviction needed to challenge established norms. The experience transformed them from individuals navigating separate paths into a united force for change, equipped with first-hand knowledge of the modern monarchy's strengths and weaknesses. This transformation would prove crucial as they faced future challenges, armed with the understanding that sometimes, being in the trenches isn't just about surviving, it's about emerging stronger, wiser, and more determined to create a better way forward. The legacy of Meghan and Harry's time in the trenches extends far beyond their personal story, serving as a powerful testament to the evolving nature of modern relationships and the changing face of royalty in contemporary society. Their experience highlights how love can flourish even under the most challenging circumstances, demonstrating that genuine connection transcends barriers of tradition, expectation, and public scrutiny. Their journey through those early months of dating has become a symbol of resilience, showing millions of people worldwide that maintaining authenticity in the face of adversity is possible and necessary for personal fulfillment. The couple's willingness to challenge established norms while staying true to their values has inspired countless others to pursue their own paths of authenticity, regardless of external pressures. This period of intense challenge has also sparked important conversations about the intersection of media responsibility, personal privacy, and institutional tradition. By sharing their experiences, Meghan and Harry have contributed to a broader dialogue about how public figures, particularly those in positions of influence, can navigate the complexities of modern fame while maintaining their humanity. Their story has prompted critical examination of media practices, leading to discussions about ethical reporting standards and the impact of relentless public scrutiny on mental health. Furthermore, their experience has encouraged institutions worldwide to reconsider outdated protocols and embrace more progressive approaches to public engagement and diversity. Perhaps most significantly, their time in the trenches has demonstrated the transformative power of shared adversity. The couple's ability to turn their challenges into opportunities for growth and change serves as a model for others facing seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Their journey shows that difficult experiences, when approached with courage and determination, can lead to profound personal development and meaningful societal impact. By choosing to speak openly about their struggles, they've created space for others to share their own stories of overcoming adversity, fostering a sense of community and mutual support among those navigating similar challenges. In doing so, they've transformed their personal trials into a universal narrative of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of love to transcend even the most daunting circumstances.